Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Actors Area. I'm your host, Sean Robert Grant. So happy to have you here with me as always. Hope you're doing fantastic. Hope you're booking. Hope life is great as an actor and life is great, period. So, yes. Super excited about today in this topic because this is something that always needs to be talked about, but rarely ever is. And it's not only a part of acting, but it's a part of life. And so, I learned something very, very important and significant today. Actually, I've known it for a long time, but it was reiterated to me today. And I'm just going to let you know, I'm going to go a bit spiritual in here because I don't think you can do life. I don't think you can do this career without having some form of spiritual foundation in place. So I'm just letting you know right off the bat now, but it's not something that will be offensive, but it will be something that will help you to kind of understand everything that we're discussing. But so I heard today was most amazing concept. It talked about how every cycle of life is not a harvest cycle, right? And I know intuitively in a career where you are judged on what you book or what type of success you have, that is one of the hardest things to ever encounter when you're not booking, when you're not in a position to where you're working all these different types of jobs. And so it becomes hard. And a lot of times, nobody tells you that in everything, whether it's your career, whether it's your relationship, whether it's your physical body, your health, your anything, everything has a cycle when it comes to life. And so does your career. And the reason that I'm saying this is because this is so important why you should never give up. You can give in and you can say, you know what, I think I'm done with this for now, but never give up because life operates in cycles. Okay, and when you begin to really grasp that and understand the truth of its prevalency, you don't get upset. You don't get discouraged. You don't feel like you're... One of the things that absolutely breaks my heart that I've got into doing podcasts and writing articles and other stuff was the simple idea that there's actors and actresses and performers out there that will feel less than amazing, and they'll be super talented. They'll feel less than amazing because they're not booking roles at the moment. Well, guess what? Nobody does that. Nobody books roles like that all throughout the year. It just doesn't happen. When you become famous enough, or when you get to a place to where you're connected, and you may find yourself getting roles more frequently, but even then, sometimes you may be in good with the director, and the director decides to take time off, and all of a sudden you're not working for 5 or 6 months, But that's why you have other things that you can get into until it comes time for you to be on camera again, okay? So, but aside from that, most of you listening in are starting out. And you're either starting out, you've been there for a few years, and you have times where you get hot, and then you have times where you just can't seem to find a win anywhere. And my prime objective is to help you reach a space to where you are forever fulfilled, forever happy, forever enjoying the journey, regardless of what's happening on the outside of you. And it is a magical place to be. And the only way to get to that place is to understand that the God in you, the all that is, the great power, the great goddess, is your source of fulfillment. Okay? When you start there, stuff outside you does not faze you. Okay? It just does not faze you. And this is where you want to be, because there's going to be times where you have to focus more on your growth and not so much on you booking a million different types of projects, right? There's going to be times where you have to go introspectively inside yourself and discover a new way that can enhance your performances. But see, that takes time. You can't be working on a project and trying to do that at the same time. And this has happened a multitude of times in my career. You know, like I said, coming up on 12 years just about. And there's been times where you book, and things just seem to be coming. And then there's times where all of a sudden you're just not booking anything, but you're learning, you're growing, you're using your creative gifts to do other things. You're getting insight as you're watching TV shows that you've been a fan of for so long. And it's just the most amazing thing. And what I've learned is how to enjoy the journey each and every time. You know, what's so great, and I'm going to give you here an example. What's so great about knowing that you will be happy regardless of what unfolds for you is that that's the point in time when you detach, when we can detach as actors and actresses and performers from needing jobs, when we can detach from needing to be seen, from needing to be successful. See, needing says to the universe, you're lacking, you don't have, so you need this, right? And I guess what I really mean is wants, because we all have needs, but when you're wanting that, you're telling the universe that you're in lack. So the universe is programmed to basically feed off of what you're giving it, and all it's going to do is give you lack, give you more lack, right? So for us, we really have to be in a position to understand that we have exactly everything that we need. If you woke up today and you're listening to this podcast and you're breathing, it was already ordained that you would have exactly everything you need to be the very best version of you, the individual you who has a soul, who has a purpose. And that is exactly what's going to happen. You're going to have everything unless you decide to tune out to it, right? So every day is not supposed to bring you booking, every day is supposed to bring you learning how to be happy and not need things to justify yourself to yourself or to anybody else. Your idea when you're not booking is to learn how to be happy and be content and be grateful for where you are. So I was talking about an example here just a minute ago. I have been doing more teaching, been a lot more auditioning, which has been awesome. My agent has been amazing in getting me like some really, really great auditions, and it's been exciting. And nothing has really come of it as of yet, but it's been such an amazing process because what I'm doing is keeping my auditions, and when I know like everything is kind of like flown over, I'll post them to my YouTube because it's fun. It's fun. And every time I look back at it, I smile because I'm like, you know what? Regardless, I did a fantastic job. I did a really fantastic job on this audition, and I can be proud of that. So I take it, I post it to my YouTube. If you go to my YouTube channel now, which is just my name, Sean Grant, you'll see all the past auditions that I did, and I'm proud of each and every one of those because they just reaffirm what I believe inside, that I am a phenomenal actor. Now, whether or not somebody gives me a job, it doesn't matter. My reality is I am a phenomenal actor, right? And so, case in point, I'd entered a film that I had did into a film festival. And, this is about the time I was shifting out of needing stuff to happen. Because that's when you just don't get anything, just reiterating on what we talked about. But I wanted to be noticed so bad. And then something shifted in me spiritually to where I'm like, you know what? If I was told that I couldn't act anymore today, I could be happy with what I've done because I've done the very best that I can with what I've known at that time. And immediately a shift happened to where it went from that to saying, like, you know what? I don't need to book any jobs to be happy as an individual, as a person, first and foremost, but as an actor. Like, I can be happy regardless of what happens from this point on. And would you know, the festival that I submitted for, I was awarded as a finalist for Best Actor in a film that I did that had been submitted to that festival. And if this was like a while back before that shift unfolded, I'd have been going crazy. I'd have been posting it on my social medias. I'd have been sending it to all my friends. I'd have been sending it to like the people in the industry that I know and like just trying to get this approval. I tell you what, you know what I did? I received it. I thought about it. I smiled. I was super proud of myself. I told my wife, and that was that. And like eventually I'll just kind of post it on my acting page on Facebook. But it wasn't something to where I needed other people to see how good I am, because guess what? I know how great I am on the inside. I don't need an award to tell me that. At one point in time, I needed an award to tell me that, but I don't now, right? So when we say keep going, when we say don't stop, when we say don't give up, just keep going, keep going to enjoy the journey. What I desire you to do is to find a way to be happy right now, to be happy without needing anything outside yourself as an actor or actress. I know it's hard. You go to IMDb and you see all these people booking these things and getting all this notoriety. And I know it gets hard. But you have to go to a place within yourself where you know that you're just as gifted. You're just as talented. And I promise you, as long as that feeling, as long as that truth stays in you, you will get your opportunity. You will get your opportunity without question. And you will be in a position to where you can continually be proud of who you are, where you are, and what you've done and what you're doing, even if it's not all of a sudden glamorous in the eyes of others. You see, this acting thing is a lifelong marathon if you choose to be in it that long, because it's not always about you being the star necessarily. Possibly until you get to a certain point, but necessarily it's not always about you being the star and number one on the star meter all the time. No, it's about lessons. It's about growth. It's about triumph. It's about adversity. It's about overcoming challenges. It's about being happy and grateful for where you are and what you've done, and embracing that and looking back at your journey sometimes and saying, man, I really have made myself proud because I've come through some stuff that has been so difficult to deal with. I am so thankful and so excited that I'm in a position of where I am right now. And that's what counts. That's what counts. So do me a favor. Take some time each day, preferably at the beginning of your day and preferably before you go to bed, and just tell yourself, you know what? I'm going to choose to be happy. I'm going to allow my soul to lead me wherever it desires, but I'm going to choose to be happy about where I am, regardless of what's coming in and what's not coming in. I am going to be happy. I'm going to enjoy where I am right now. And I promise when you do that, you do that enough, and it sinks home. The conviction is there from a subconscious mind. You won't be affected by anything outside you. And guess what? That'll be the time when things start to happen for you. That'll be the time when things start to shift. And you'll just be like, wow, I wish I would have figured this out a long time ago. But trust me, that is how things unfold. And you got this. Don't give up. Keep at it. Remember, enjoy the journey. It's all about what you have inside. That's what counts. Believe that you are the best. Believe that you deserve it. and it will unfold at the perfect time. But until then, don't get upset. Don't get discouraged. Don't feel resentful. Just keep giving thanks and know that your time is coming. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. Always an awesome time with you. We'll talk soon. Take care.